Hello, people. This is another chance, this is another opportunity. A day like any other day. Today, I have a few things to talk about which are very, very essential to the community. The community we live in today, the community that will live tomorrow, and the community that will live for generations. Why am I talking about the community? It's where we are. It's part of our life. It's something that we have to, to bear with and live with and understand and follow what I can call the norms, the do's and don'ts. So today, I have been looking around and analyzing what kills or what most of the times change the community positively or negatively. So I landed on what I can call assumption. The word assumption is a simple word, from assuming, assume. So, assumptions are very, very critical in regards to the community in general. So, I'll talk about assumptions on a personal level and assumptions on a community level and on a general level, which may be worldwide, I would say. So on a personal level, anyone can make an assumption over you. People can have assumptions over you. They doesn't have to be good or bad, but they are all assumptions. So, when someone has an assumption over you, they may be from a wrong point of view or the right point of view. What you are obliged to do is to see if those assumptions align with your belief or your personality or what you believe. Like, if I make an assumption over you that you are smart, and you feel like, why not? I am smart. And so that assumption will have the impact on your physiological aspect or emotional aspect, either way, depending on how you perceive it. So, I want to touch on what I can call assumptions from the wrong point of view. One of my friends, we're at the same university, we got an opportunity of scholarship. And the scholarships were to be given to people who are interested in conservation. So, that friend of mine was ready and everything was set to be good, to be right. But unfortunately, another guy from the community, who wanted to get the same opportunity, tried to make a long assumption about the guy who was going to get a scholarship. And when he made that assumption, because it was from a long point of view, it affected the result of, the guy who was supposed to get an opportunity. So, most of us think that when we make assumptions to people, there's no problem. When we make assumptions over people, we think that there's no any negative effect. So, which gives a long point of view over someone else, and also the judgments are twisted around just because of assumptions. So you may have heard of assumptions over a country, a certain group of people. You have had assumptions on black or white or any color you may call it. So assumptions are not necessarily good. When we make assumptions, we have to be very sure that we are making assumptions from the right point of view. So, most of the people do those assumptions, wrong assumptions, for their own personal benefit, but in the long term, their assumptions affect the community, affects people on a personal level, and also comes back and affects the one who made those assumptions. So, if the systems have assumptions over the people, they are going to, to deny them their rights. If the systems have right assumptions over people, they are going to improve their lives. So, an example, if the country's system does not, favor its people, they are going to penalize them indirectly through their services, through their permits, through their various ways of, supporting the community. They are going to give them, long queues. They are going to give them untimely services. They are going to make them pay for unnecessary transports and to get simple service. So, I think for the next generation, I don't know who you are, what you do, where you live, but I can promise you that there is nothing that is here to stay. Nothing. Even if it is a mountain, even if it is a valley, even if it is an ocean or anything else, that will have changes. Just like seasons, a few months ago we had summer, and now many countries are experiencing winter season. So it means there is nothing that lasts forever. Change is inevitable. If you are born, you will grow. When you grow, you will be old. When you are old, you will be gone. So when you are gone, or when I'm gone, I'll make a way for the new people, the new generation. And that's what's going to happen 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 100,000 years. Yes, 100 years, 100,000 years to come. Same thing will happen over and over. What is the greatest thing that you can do to make, this life worth living? It's simple. Don't make long assumptions on people, on a certain group of people. Never. It doesn't improve you. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't increase your net worth. It doesn't change who you are as a person. It destroys the community. It destroys physiological well-being of people. So whenever you're about to make an assumption, ask yourself, what am I going to benefit from this assumption? What is going to be the benefit for the people whom I am making assumptions on? What is going to be the benefit of the community as whole? And then, if you think that opinion, that assumption is right, go ahead and make your assumption. But if it is against community norms, if it's against people, one particular group of people, if it's against a person, if it's against someone, you have no right whatsoever. You don't wish to have long assumptions over you, so never make long assumptions on people. You are not going to be good for making long assumptions over people. You are actually going to be bad, because it's a bad behavior. It doesn't make you look good. So, without further ado, I want to also touch on the community level. If the community, certain group, or the country, or the region is, facing what I can call bias assumptions, it will cause insecurity. It will cause insecurity. The people who are visiting the country, the people inside the country, and also on a global level, the name of the country will have a feeling over that, assumptions. So, we have the right to make the assumptions, but good assumptions, not long assumptions, because we all know at the end of the day, we can make change, and change can be good, also change can be bad. So what change are you willing to make in people's life? That is the mindset you should have at your office, you should have in school, you should have your business, you should have in your content creation and everything else. Your mind should be, what can I do for people to improve their lives, to become better, to have the future, a bright future? What keys that I hold that I can open opportunities for others? what opportunities do I have that can bless or improve other people's lives? If I have a position, what am I doing with my position to facilitate, to improve, to deliver good services to people? When you have power, if you have the power, if you have the authority, you can use your authority positively or negatively. Most of the people think their power is respected when they use it in a wrong way. So if you have the key and you keep the key, it should open a gate for people to move on. To move on with their life, to, develop whatever they want to develop, work on their products. So you keep the key. At the end of the day, you are affecting negatively the people. And you are stopping their visions, their dreams, their plans, just because of your wrong assumptions. One of my friends, we used to have events, and those events were taking place at major places, so where we could meet even big institutions. So one institution was there, and that friend of mine, when he went there, he was